Okay, so our level 01 scene is a copy of our level template. I'm going to rename the first node at the top to level 01, and we can get started, starting with the tile map. So the way I'll work on levels is I'll create some base layout that I will use to try to guide the player, and I will press Ctrl-Shift F11 to go into a kind of distraction-free mode to be able to focus on my tile map. I'll erase the first wall, Ctrl-Shift, right-click and drag, and then extend the floor of my level to be also able to extend the pan from the editor because it's locked to a certain distance compared to the end of the level for now. So I'm going to keep the level to have the floor extended far to the right so that the player can only move to the right. You have a wall on the left side after all. And we're going to place the portal for the end of the level either aligned with the start or a bit higher up if we want to have a challenge where the player has to jump up. So I'll give me some space to start working and then think about the mechanics available in the game. So I'm going to press F5 to play my level template. And what do we have? We have the ability to collect coins, to stomp the enemies, and we can use that to jump. We're going to increase the stomp impulse to be able to jump higher. And that's about it. We have platforms. Yeah. So the kinds of things I want to do is teach the player to jump, teach the player to jump on enemies. So this should come naturally thanks to the shape of the enemies. And teach the player to, jump over obstacles in general. So I'm going to hide the portal, coin, and enemies to start with. And I'm going to add some block here that the player will have to jump over. You can make it small, but this will teach the player to jump because otherwise you'll get stuck in there. This will also serve as a wall to block the enemy. So we are going to place the first enemy right after that, in between the first two places where you have to jump. We will also use coins to guide the player. So say I want to teach the player to use platforms to jump higher. So I'm going to make an area that's too high for the player to jump over. And you will have to jump on a platform that's a bit higher up. And I'm going to place coins afterwards to guide the player's arc of motion. Note that I'm making each of these blocks 4 tiles wide. This is for, let's say, visual balance. I'm trying to have some consistency in how large my platforms are, also so that the player recognizes that the platforms are the same size and they can know how to jump over them. We are going to make another challenge. What can we do? We could have a block here that's going to prevent the player from going over. We're going to have a path that forces the player to go down and have maybe an enemy that's going to fall in the pit along with the player. Maybe that's a bit too early to do that. So you have one enemy here, you're going to have the coins, then you jump on this platform, the enemy goes down, it's going to fall down, and you have, maybe I'm going to make the enemy come from farther to the right, so that basically you remember that the enemy is inactive until the player sees it, until it enters the view. So my idea is that we're going to make the enemy move to the left, fall, and follow the player to the right. So this will force the player to move forward fast, to keep moving. I'll have to test this out in a moment. And then we're going to have maybe another block here where you will have an enemy and you will have coins aligned in the air that you can only grab if you stomp the enemy. So maybe in the middle of this platform to give you some kind of rhythm where you're going to fall down. I should really draw this. So you're going to fall down, an enemy is going to follow you, enter the pit, and start moving towards you. You have some kind of a trap here with another enemy that's going to follow from the right, and you will have a line of coins up above that enemy that you can jump, grab, and fall on the platform to the right. And that should be it for the start. Let's make it the first level for now. So now, once I have that base layout, I'm going to fall back to my enemy, coin, and portal nodes. I'm going to select the portal, press the W key to move it to the end of the level, like that. Maybe we could have it on a pedestal, like something like that. Or yeah, teach the player to jump up, maybe to go up to the portal at the end. I don't know. Let's see. Then I'm going to start with the enemies. So I'm just going to move the first enemy to the right. Also going to close the output window and Control D to duplicate it. Have an enemy up there on the right. And Control D, duplicate it again to have an enemy next to that last platform, let's say. And we can also, do we add one around the portal area? I think it's nice to have the last portal, the place where you have the portal, be relatively safe. One thing we can do maybe is have some kind of last challenge with the enemy here that's moving left and right. I don't really know. I have to think about it, but have some kind of pit and allow the player to either stomp and jump up to the portal or to have to backtrack, jump on this platform and make a long jump to the portal. Let's see. The idea again is to exploit the game mechanics here to their fullest.